You're born poor in a medieval city where streets smell like soup, sweat, and bad decisions, fermenting in the sun all week. Food is scarce, rent is cruel, and your roommates are rats. Not metaphors, actual rats with confidence, teeth, and zero respect. A town official announces the city needs rat catchers. Congratulations, your career path is now filth, but paid barely. They don't hire you for skill. They hire you because your life is cheaper than the city's pride and the merchant's profits. You're given a sack, crude traps, and a stick. No gloves, no soap, no training, just medieval hygiene whispering good luck. Your first lesson: rats aren't afraid of humans. They live here. You're the visitor, and you smell like fear and hunger. Markets look lively above the stalls. Underneath, it's a moving carpet of tails, eyes, and tiny footsteps racing for crumbs. People scream at a rat, then stare at you like you invited it. Somehow, you become responsible for nature existing nearby. You're paid per rat. The city wants results, but also wants rats to blame for every outbreak, mess, and rumor. Everyone wants rats gone, but nobody wants rat blood near their doorstep. You're hired to be invisible and still blamed. At night, the walls scratch like the buildings are chewing. You try to sleep while rodents hold meetings inside your ceiling. Morning comes fast. Your stomach is empty, your clothes are damp, and your workplace is wherever the city leaves. Welcome to your job. You're not hunting animals. You're negotiating territory with a plague on 4 legs and sharp opinions. Day 1 starts at gutters. You wade through sludge, where yesterday's dinner became today's street decoration floating proudly. You set traps near bakeries because rats have better instincts than most nobles. They always know where money smells edible. Your hands learn textures: wet straw, rotten vegetables, greasy stones, and that special stickiness old waste leaves everywhere. Sometimes you use bait. Sometimes you are the bait standing still, listening, waiting, pretending you don't feel crawling nearby. The first catch isn't heroic. It's loud, messy, and followed by people stepping back like you're the disease's receptionist. Merchants demand results immediately. They also demand you stand far away. Solve my problem, vanish from my clean air. You work near stables where manure is a business model. Rats treat it like a buffet with free refills and seating. You crawl into basements with 1 candle. The light is tiny, the smell is enormous, and your lungs file a protest. In the dark, squeaks bounce off stone. You swing the stick. The stick hits brick. The rats move smarter than plans. Some days, you bring a small terrier. The dog has courage. You have desperation. Together, you're a 2-creature horror show. You get bit sometimes. Not dramatic, just a sting, and the immediate thought, is this infection or just Tuesday again? You wrap bites with dirty cloth, because clean cloth is for rich people. Your first aid kit is denial and stubbornness. You drag heavy sacks of dead rats through crowds. People step aside not out of kindness, out of disgust and superstition. City kids follow you like it's entertainment. Adults glare like you're bad luck. Nobody treats you like a worker. You learn routes, tavern alleys, butcher, drains, granaries with broken doors. Rats map the city better than guards. Sometimes traps snap empty because rats are patient. You realize you're competing with animals evolved for surviving humans. By the end of week 1, your hands smell permanent. No matter how you scrub, the city stays under nails. Months pass. You get faster, not happier. You can spot rat tracks in mud, like reading handwriting from the worst pen. You learn which squeaks mean 1 rat and which mean nest. Congratulations, you now speak fluent panic in rodent dialect. Your job expands to sewers. Down there, the air is wet, warm, and wrong, like breathing inside an old mouth. You walk boards over dark water. 1 slip and you're bathing in the city's secrets. Nobody writes songs about that. You start charging more for nests. Merchants argue. They want miracles, but miracle prices, and you want to keep breathing. People whisper plague when you pass. They don't say hello. They clutch charms like, your shadow is contagious today. Some customers refuse to pay unless you show bodies. You dump rats as proof, while everyone recoils dramatically. You notice how the city treats you needed avoided blame. Like a broom, useful until it touches something unpleasant. Your clothes are permanently stained. Your hair carries stink. You become a walking sign that says, "Do not touch." Your skin breaks out. Small cuts get angry. Soap is rare. Doctors are expensive. Prayers are free and mostly useless. You work through rain because rats love wet weather. They run bolder when streets are quiet and people hide inside. One night you find a nest in a tavern wall. It's warm, packed alive. Your stomach flips in disgust. You smoke them out with burning straw. Rats pour out like nightmares into daylight. People scream, then blame you again. Your terrier gets hurt sometimes. You patch the dog first, because at least it doesn't pretend you're subhuman. Rats fight back. They don't just run, they bite, scratch, and learn. Your job becomes a tiny war with recruits. Rumors follow. Your rat catcher brings sickness. You realize your paycheck includes social exile and free humiliation. Even meals taste wrong now. Bread near you smells like sewer. You chew and stink sits in your throat. You start dreaming and scratching sounds. Walls move in sleep. You wake up angry at silence because silence feels suspicious. Then the city gets nervous. More fevers, more coughs, more funerals. Suddenly everyone sees rats everywhere, like air-learned fear. Officials demand a cleanup. Translation, they want a miracle fast, and they need someone to blame if it fails. You're ordered to clear rats from a grain store near the river. The building smells sweet and rotten at once. Inside, you find a super nest nests inside. Sacks, rats, inside. Rats territory, movement everywhere. It's the city's heartbeat. You and your dog move carefully. One wrong step, and the floor erupts with squeaks. Your candlelight feels insultingly small. Workers lock the doors behind you for safety. For safety of what? Not you. The grain, the money, the reputation. You work for hours, coughing from smoke and dust. Rats swarm, scatter, return. It's like fighting shadows that bite. Finally, you drag sacks of rats outside. People cheer for 2 seconds, then step back like your plague delivery. An official asks if you feel sick. That's not concern. That's pre-interrogation. You're a suspect holding a rat sack. A child in the crowd coughs. People stare at you. One cough becomes an accusation. The city loves simple stories. Merchants panic and demand quarantines. Quarantine means locked gates, fewer customers, and anger aimed at anyone nearby. Someone claims you were seen near a sick house. Of course you were. Rats live there. That's literally your route. The guard orders you to leave town for public health. Translation, go die elsewhere quietly so we feel safe. You pack quickly, not because you agree, but because medieval justice loves shortcuts more than truth and evidence. Outside the walls, the air is cleaner. Your heart is not. You learn you're disposable when fear needs sacrifice. You try another gate. The gatekeeper refuses. Your name is now a rumor, and rumors outrank humans easily. You camp by the road listening to distant city bells. Bells mean death, or prayer, or both. You're not included. Days pass. Your bites itch. Your cough lingers. Every ache feels like punishment arriving late, with interest attached. Finally, a messenger says, the panic cooled. You can return because the city needs rats gone again. Convenient timing. You walk back in, and nobody apologizes. The city doesn't apologize. It just uses you again like nothing happened. Work resumes immediately. Taverns, granaries, gutters. Rats never left. They only waited while humans panicked theatrically. Your reputation splits. Some call you necessary, others call you cursed. Either way, nobody invites you indoors. You start training a younger kid to help. Not kindness, survival. The job is too big and you're too alone. You warn him about bites, sewer boards, and angry merchants. He nods, hungry. Hunger signs, contracts better than ink. Years later, your hands shake. Your skin is rough. Your lungs hate damp air. Rats took more than pride. You notice new rat catchers appear whenever plague rumors rise. The city solution is always hire someone disposable. Some days, you catch fewer rats. Not laziness fatigue. Your body is tired of being the city's trash filter. One winter you fall ill. Not dramatic, just weakness, fever, and the quiet truth that nobody brings soup for you. You watch warm homes glow at night and think comfort is built on someone else staying unseen, filthy, and replaceable. If there's a lesson, it's ugly cities don't defeat rats with courage. They defeat rats by spending your health. You don't die famous. You die functional. Your legacy is fewer bites for others and more damage in your body. Somewhere a merchant counts coins and sleeps. Somewhere rats scratch the wall again, already planning the next round. That's why it sucks you fight filth so others feel clean, and the reward is being treated like filth forever.